Real estate investment. Real estate documents needing to be recorded. Get ready because it's time to raise the stakes with real estate. Real estate documents needing to be recorded, referencing Investopedia, where you can go for more information. As in any transaction, keeping an official paper trail and record of any sale or change in ownership is an important part of verifying the history of a given property or purchase. So obviously this documentation quite important when we're talking about real estate, being actual land and the things that are going to be attached to the land, because those things are not going to be movable, and therefore the only way we're going to have any idea of the claim to them is with the documentation, some type of formal documentation, hopefully the public record to help us with that. So recording can be defined as the act of putting a document into the official county records. So once it's into the official county records, then we have that public record which can help us to sort out the claims for the property. So recording an important process that provides a traceable chain of title to a property. So obviously if we're looking at the recording, what we would like to see is this nice traceable trail of the property going from point to point so that we can see where the ownership is taking place. Not always is it so nice and neat of a traceable trail, but that's going to be the idea so that we can sort out any disputes. There are more than 100 types of documents that can be recorded depending on the type of property and type of real estate transaction. The most common documents are related to mortgages, deeds, easements, foreclosures, estoppels, leases, licenses, and fees. Some of the most important real estate documents list ownership, encumbrances, and lien property. These documents are used to maintain proper real estate transactions. So real estate document needed to be recorded. Recording is the act of putting a document into official county records, especially for real estate and property transactions, that provides a traceable chain of title. Recorded documents do not establish who owns a property. Instead, these public records are used to help resolve disputes between parties with competing claims to a property. So you're going to look at the recorded records. The recorded records, any one recorded record in and of itself, doesn't necessarily say that that is the title or the claim to it. It's given a record that should make it easier to sort out who has claims to the property through the traceability of the records, which then can be reviewed, and then you can go from there in terms of determining who has title or who has claim. To understand which documents have been or must be recorded, check with your state and county recording division. Recording systems vary by state and are established by individual state statutes. So the idea of the recording of the documentation to have that trail of title or the documentations and claims to it will be the same, but the actual process of the recording could vary from state to state. So you want to check out where you are located with regards to what the process will look like. Not all states use a process of instrument recording to track title. Some states use land restriction systems instead. It is the responsibility of the local county or state to make sure that these official documents are kept on file. Recorded documents do not establish who owns a property. Establishing who owns a property is the function of a title that establishes the legal owner of the asset. Recorded documents are made public to be used to help resolve disputes between parties with competing claims to a property. So obviously, again, they got those competing claims, then the public records can help in that dispute and resolve those disputes. For example, if two different claimants have conflicting deeds to a property, the date of the recording can be used to determine the ownership timeline. So if you see these two deeds that are going to be involved, then the question is, okay, well, how are we going to dispute this? If we have two different people that have these two deeds they're claiming here, then possibly you can take a look at the dates of the deeds and take a look at the timeline. In most cases, these public records provide clarity. Usually the owner with the most recent deed would be considered the rightful owner. Real estate recording systems. With mortgage liens, courts use the date of a recording to determine the priority for which liens should receive payments first. To understand which documents have been or must be recorded, check with your state and county recording division. Some states have also passed recording acts which are statutes that establish how official records are kept, recording, provide information for both government authorities and for buyers and sellers of real estate property.